other than this is going to be a call for the books. I mean, like, seriously, this is going to be a whole new category that we're going to be able to talk around with collagen and different people. And so it's going to be really excited. If you don't have your notes or a notebook to take notes with, you want to make sure and get that. But we're just going to go ahead and we're going to get started here. I want to make sure that I move everything down.
You're not muted. So we're going to be talking about how to market our True Science Liquid Collagen to the male persuasion, to talk about men. And this kind of, actually, I will be completely transparent what actually started my mind thinking this way. At the most recent Activate 2022 event, when we were out in the Salt Lake City area, we were at an after event with Seth Mulder and his team CEO, and Chris Michael was talking about how he really wasn't excited about the collagen launch and about collagen in general. And I was like, you know what? For the first time, I actually felt okay, and that I felt somebody else was feeling the same way, because I mean, I love the collagen. Marcy and I were we were part of the consumer trial, the Bruno trial prior to. We started seeing results, but I started thinking to myself, as a guy, how do I get really excited about collagen? And it just wasn't happening. So when Chris Michael said skin because of ring,
Dr. Dundee, sorry to interrupt, but guys, it's not rocket science. Mute yourself.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. And so talking about this, it's one of those things that I would say it's a women-driven industry, yes. And this is probably a women-driven product until now, because I definitely felt what Chris was talking about. So thank you, Chris Michael, for giving me permission not to be the only one feeling awkward about it and letting me know that I was not alone. But I want to talk with you guys about how to talk about True Science Liquid Collagen for men and why we should. So let's go to that next slide.
All right.
Now, again, disclaimer, this is a PG-13 subject matter. Not all of the slides we're going to be talking about, but the ones toward the end, saving the best for last.
Yeah, and one thing that I want to say, you guys all know who we are and what we stand for, and that we're definitely God people. And so just know that the majority of this information is for everyone. But when we get into the PG-13 information, we really are talking to couples, you know, preferably married couples, but it's important information for everybody to have a grasp on. And before he goes, there's 3 of you that are unmuted. Please mute yourselves.
All right, so let's talk about the star of the hour, our brand new True Science Liquid Collagen. Before and after pictures all over the place are amazing. And when I get into the specifics, one of the things we're going to talk about, I'm going to tell you, please, please, please do not take before and after pictures.
Please don't.
I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to tell you when not to take before and after pictures. But the star of the hour is definitely our True Science Liquid Collagen. So let's talk about FYI. Why is collagen even a topic of discussion? Because number one, and most prevalently here, your proteins in your body, the number one protein, the most prevalent protein in your body is collagen, because consider collagen kind of the glue that holds everything together. I love how Dr. Brett Brimhall discussed it that way. So thank you, Dr. Brett, for that description. Consider collagen the glue that holds everything together. But there's elastic properties. That's why it's involved in skin. And when it's lacking, there's wrinkles. But first and foremost, collagen is the most prevalent protein in your body, which is why we're talking about it tonight and why it's so important. So next slide, please. So why talk about this subject in the first place? Because kind of as I alluded, women are pretty knowledgeable about collagen. In fact, most collagen suppliers and companies that make collagen tend to market toward women. Got that covered. Where there's the problem is the male side of this equation, because males have skin, males have hair, males have nails, males have muscles and bones and tendons and ligaments just like women do, but they don't tend to typically market to men.
Well, it's because if you haven't noticed, men generally don't take it quite as seriously as us women do, right? And so they want to market to where the money is going to come from, right?
That is true. And hopefully after tonight, maybe some of that will change.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about just some facts here. Men suffer from the same collagen loss as women, and over time, that collagen loss causes wrinkles. sagging skin, weak nails, and hair loss. Replenishing collagen for men has the same advantages as it does for women, including hair growth, nail strength, and youthful looking skin, and wink, wink, a couple other things. So, but how do you get men to understand or pay attention to the fact that collagen is something they should care about? The answer is pretty simple. Make it relevant and simple. Can't make it too complex because you're going to see that kind of a look on their face. That's kind of the look I had on my face when I'm thinking, what am I, okay, skin, I kind of don't mind wrinkles, etc., but you gotta hit them where it hurts. Literally in the sensitive areas. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. So how do you do that? You have to speak their language. Men are very much victims of proper language. So you have to speak men talk to men when we're talking about collagen. Well, how do you do it? Speak caveman? No, not that dumbed down. We got to talk facts and logic. So facts and logic, guys want to be the ones to solve the problems. Guys, remember that they've got the Mr. Fix-It hat on. So let's fix some problems that men tend to have. So fact, collagen is the most plentiful protein in the human body. I already told you that. This is a refresher course. Collagen supplements provide men with an array of health benefits. Collagen works to strengthen muscles. Guys want to be strong. Support joint health. Guys want to be able to move around with no pain, and aid in gut health. Also facts, collagen expedites injury healing and addresses many other health concerns. So in the gym, guys, it also deals with muscle growth, recovery, the DOMS, the delayed onset muscle soreness that you don't like the day after you work out. Collagen affects that. So does NRF2 activation. So collagen works the same way in a woman's body, but men often have different health and wellness concerns that can be addressed by supplementing liquid collagen. So how does collagen affect a man? Well, how he moves or doesn't move, the joints, tendons, ligaments, muscles, cartilage in the joints, etc. How a man looks, the wrinkles he has or doesn't have. How a man feels, muscle aches, healing from minor injuries, blood flow, cardiovascular fitness, stamina,
that all sounds
etc.
like, yeah, but showing up.
Showing up, that's how he shows up. Emotions, sex drive, state of mind, sex life, inner peace, activity level, and did I say sex life? This is important. So the areas that you see there in the graphic on the right are nails, cartilage in joints, the bones, the hair follicles, connective tissue, the glue that holds everything together, and the derma, the skin. These are all very prevalent, visible, most of them, the areas that collagen affects. So now, remember I said, hit them where it hurts, where it's sensitive. The sensitive area number one, thinning hair. If men are honest with themselves, the first time they start seeing signs of that, it's kind of an ego blow. When it starts to progress and advances, it's even more. When they start comparing themselves to other men their age, it just compounds the situation.
When they start doing that comb over.
The comb, yes.
The comb over.
Avoid the comb over.
Yes.
Boycott the comb over.
Yeah.
But that's the sensitive area. So what do we know about collagen and hair? Very simply, collagen plays an important role in the health of the scalp and the hair follicles, and it contains amino acids used to build keratin. It's the protein that hair is primarily made of. Interesting thing about that, collagen, remember, the most prevalent protein in your body. So it's important with regard to health. Collagen is the primary component of the dermis, the layer right below the epidermis, which is the connective tissue layer that contains hair follicles. It's where the hair follicle lives. If the hair follicle is alive, the hair grows. If the hair follicle is not, or it's not doing well, the hair ceases to grow. So collagen plays a role in repairing the dermis and the skin on the scalp at the base of the hair follicle, and it may impact age-related hair growth. There's also, if you've ever, well, we obviously have an incredible hair care product line that deals with the other parts of this, not necessarily the collagen part, but blood flow to the dermis, scalp health, etc. All very important. Compound effect, better results. Thank you, Marcy. So whether men have long hair, short hair, thinning hair, or no hair, don't let them fool you. They care about it. Ask somebody who used to have it and wishes they do. Sometimes it's easier to make a joke about it than to deal with how it really makes you feel. But it is a sensitive area. So men that have receding hairline, men that other things, there's plenty of opportunities to talk to men around their hair. How about men who shave themselves bald because they have to? If they were given an opportunity to not do it again, they probably would take advantage of it, or to do it less, or not as frequently, or not as the total part of the whole entire scalp. It's a very, very important thing, and it's a sensitive item. So please, please talk about it. Well, it is a sensitive item for most men. Again, avoid the comb over, please. So whether you think it looks great or not, it doesn't.
Please
it
no.
doesn't. Please no. So what does the research say about this? So going to be my slide person or not? Okay.
So when people are coming in, we're kind of having some.
In an August 2021 study published in the journal called Aging, investigated the role collagen plays in hair follicle regeneration. Tests showed that younger cells at the base of the hair follicles upregulated or used more collagen, while aging cells downregulated or used less collagen. The young cells also aggregated or clumped together, which promoted hair follicle growth, while the aging cells had difficulty aggregating again or clumping together. So these results suggest that collagen helps younger people regenerate hair follicles, which leads to hair growth. As people age and collagen levels drop, there is less hair follicle regeneration and subsequent hair loss. So think about it this way. The bottom line is the sooner you support the hair follicles you have with liquid collagen, the better the results and the longer they last, which means the longer you have your hair. This is super important. So don't wait. And for those of you that are taking notes, that's the link to that study right there in the PubMed portion right down below. So sensitive area number 2, joint health, mobility, and flexibility. So guys that are younger don't really ever think about their immobility or their inflexibility because they don't usually have it. It is an aging man's issue because as we age, we have less and less collagen. Collagen makes our ligaments and our tendons and our muscles elastic, which means they stretch. So getting out of bed in your 20s is a very different experience than getting out of bed in your 50s and 60s, even though it may be the same bed. So the key is flexibility. The key is elasticity. The key is stretchability of your ligaments, tendons, and muscles and connective tissue. This is where collagen thrives. So if you know men that are, even though they may not be overweight or they haven't had joint injuries, they tend to be stiff and they're not as mobile as they used to. Perfect opportunity to introduce collagen, or at least the conversation of collagen. Or guys that just aren't as flexible, bend over and try to touch your toes. You do not have to take yoga to be able to do that, though taking yoga is incredible for increasing your mobility and flexibility because it stretches your ligaments, but collagen allows that to happen. So this is a very significant and sensitive area. So your joints need collagen. Collagen plays a significant role in your joints' ability to move. While some kinds of collagen appear in your skin, bones, and organs, type 2 collagen is present in your cartilage. Cartilage is the cool stuff that exists at the end of your bones and covers your joints so that they move in a frictionless environment. It's the cartilage that keeps joints sliding, bending, moving slowly or moving smoothly. So collagen helps your cartilage and your joint stay flexible and absorb shocks. However, here's that aging element again. However, as we age, collagen gets depleted. Years of joints rubbing together, breaking down cartilage leads to aches and pains. Unfortunately, aging leads to collagen loss over time. So when your collagen becomes depleted in your joints, they suffer. Low collagen levels lead to looser cartilage, looser tendons, which can make injuries more likely. Now remember, looser, so low cartilage makes it looser, but it doesn't, because it's less elastic. So as things stretch and they stretch back, they get firmed up and they're not loose anymore. So please don't misread that. So looser joints is because there's less flexibility, less elasticity in them. Okay, so replenishing lost cartilage can calm the joint stiffness and pain without the right amount of collagen, your cartilage can become compromised. It's just like everything else. It's the most prevalent protein in your body, and joint conditions become an increasing risk. So research shows that aging-related loss of collagen leads to higher risk for degenerative joint disorders. It's the protection in your joints. It's so you're not getting bone on bone. It's a frictionless environment. You need your cartilage. But adding collagen back into your body, either through your diet or with the help of supplements, could counteract that risk. So it might even help you soothe any joint pain you're already experiencing. So hopefully you're starting to get how important collagen is in joint health, not just how we look, but how we move, how flexible we are. And to a man, this is incredibly important. Ask a man who has a hard time putting his shoes on. Ask a man who has a hard time getting out of bed. Ask a guy who has a hard time performing in bed. It is very, very important. There was a little PG-13 precursor right there.
Well, so, also think about it is, when we're younger, we can be so athletic and active in our lives, right? And as we age and we start having these stiffer joints, sometimes it's more difficult to be as movable on the field or the court or doing the things that you enjoy outside of the bedroom. But yes, we are going to be talking about the bedroom tonight.
And unfortunately, one of the biggest causes of injuries for aging men is trying to do things they could do in their youth, but they don't have the collagen to do it. So sensitive area number 3. Now we're going to talk about the part that I really wasn't that excited about, and that's the skin. We all have it. It's the largest organ in our body. And if it's the largest organ of our body, guess what experiences the loss of collagen first? The skin. Because the protein that's most prevalent is your collagen, and your organ that is the largest is your skin. And one of the things that gives your skin its nice, youthful, supple, smooth appearance is the connective tissue involved in it called collagen, right?
Yes.
So where do men in general get their reference point on how their skin should look? Now, I can't speak for all men. Men of my generation, I'm 57 years old, born in the 60s. This is where I remember, where my father, trying to emulate my father, and where we get the reference. So next slide, please. So advertising, the Marlboro Man. I remember the commercials, and I'm not even a cowboy. I didn't even own a cowboy hat. The only horse I'd ever ridden was the one outside the grocery store that I put a quarter in. But I wanted to be like the Marlboro Man because the TV commercial was pretty interesting, and every time it came on, my mom made sounds she didn't normally make. So
oh my gosh.
I'm just being real here. So it started to pick up on it, but it's about smoking. So one of the things about smoking, interestingly enough, is smoking depletes collagen faster than people who don't smoke. So smoking, while it used to look cool, it dramatically accelerates how rapidly your cells age. In fact, I found as I was doing research for this, 4 ex-Marlboro men, in other words, the men who played the Marlboro Man in the advertising campaign, 4 of them died of smoking-related diseases. That should tell you something. So where else is it just smoking? No, there's also alcohol. Stay thirsty, my friends. I don't always drink, but when I do, it's Dos Equis. And so these rugged, cool-looking guys, it's a stereotype.
I always thought he was kind of good-looking.
Who?
The Dos Equis guy.
I'm not saying he's not. Why do you think he's there?
But
I mean,
again, if a woman thinks he looks good looking, then guys are looking at that and taking that as a cue as well.
Well, guess what? If women didn't think he was good looking, guys wouldn't even care.
And he wouldn't be on the screen, right?
The whole thing about this advertising, if women think they look good, men want to be like them. It's the whole thing where we get our skin reference from. And these guys and the rugged look is in. Guys don't mind the crow's feet and the wrinkles for the most part, until they get around friends that are younger than them that look, or older than them that look better. And here's the thing, family reunions and class reunions.
Yeah, well, you know what?
High school reunions where you see the difference.
One thing I want to point out too is in the past 2 years, how many of you, and I'm talking to the guys on the call right now, or women, if you're a guy, if this pertains to him, how many of you are now seeing beards on your significant other or yourself? I mean, over the last couple of years, it's really become a thing to be that rough and that rugged guy, right? Just seeing how far you can push it. Yeah.
It is. So,
oh my gosh.
So, okay. you may not know who this is. This is the guitarist for the Rolling Stones, Keith Richards. This is a picture of him when he was 78 years old. The guy just won't die. But if you look at him, he has been smoking and drinking and living a rock star's lifestyle for his entire life. Look at the joints on his fingers. That is called arthritis, my friends. So when you look at how dramatically accelerating alcohol, nicotine, and stressful lifestyle is on your body ages much, much quicker. So this is what 78 years old looks like in one example. But let me share with you another example. This man is also 78. His name is Jim Morris. Well, actually, he passed away when he was 81 years old. But what he was famous for was being a vegan bodybuilder. Jim Morris is his name. He passed away at the age of 81, unfortunately. But there's a big difference in how these two 78-year-old men look with regard to their skin, because the skin is directly affected by nicotine intake or smoking, alcohol intake, and stressful lifestyle. So when you deprive your body of these things, you'll look great. When you possess these things or you indulge in these things, your skin is going to show it much, much more rapidly. So now let's show you, obviously lifestyle makes a big difference. So what does research say about skin and collagen? Pretty important. This is the research study that we had done on our own in-house True Science Liquid Collagen. Pretty powerful. Collagen density increased by 42%. Now that's the replenishing part of it, okay? Super, super, super important also by the activation part of it. So collagen density increased by giving it the marine collagen and also the red quinoa in there, causing our body to make more of its own. Depth of crow's feet reduced by 22%, increasing the elasticity, increasing the glue of the skin. The collagen skin roughness decreased by 10%. Blood catalase level increased by 202%. Blood-based SOD, catalase, amazing things that these things create in our body, and skin elasticity increased by 8%. Now that's powerful because this was a short-term study. Pretty powerful. And that's on our True Science amazingly
collagen.
delicious liquid collagen.
Yes.
Okay, next slide. So now,
okay, are you ready?
We're getting into the PG-13 portion of this.
Send the kids out of the room,
Send the kids
shut
out.
the door behind them.
Get ready to take some notes, because I'm just going to be completely transparent here that this is not something guys talk about. When they have a problem, not when they're going through it. You will not see a guy bragging on Facebook about this experience that he's having in life, and that the guy on the right did not get out of a cold pool. That is something that we deal with when you lose your mojo, when the guys start noticing.
I want to correct something there. You need to remove the "we deal with" because
what do you mean?
You don't deal with
it. Thank you. that guys in just general. Saying. We'll put it this way. How prevalent is it? 52% of men in the United States are currently experiencing ED, erectile dysfunction, when there's a problem down there. And yes, we're going to go there because it's important to talk about, because whether or not guys admit it, they're going through it. So if you happen to be with a man who's going through this very sensitive thing, and again, it's not something that people talk about, but it is something they suffer from nonetheless. You may change everything about someone's life, about someone's relationship, about someone's everything, because how you feel and how you show up emotionally, and how well, if you are married to someone and you feel that you can't be intimate and you cannot provide for that person or bring them pleasure, it weighs on you. It does. And it's a real issue. So let's talk about it.
And it can be a divider too. And so what we're going to be talking about here can actually truly be like you said, a glue. It can bring couples back together. It can help couples fall back in love with each other if both sides of this equation are working at their best
and sympathetic
and
with what's
showing
going on.
up the way that they want to, right?
That's not what you did there.
Yeah, you did.
So collagen is one of the primary building blocks of the human body. As I told you, it's the most prevalent protein in the body, which is responsible for skin flexibility and firmness of the tissue. When collagen is deficient, the human body is prone to various issues and injuries. As we age, the natural production of collagen decreases. In fact, it starts when we're in our late 20s. And the evident consequences could include erectile dysfunction, in part due to the lack of firmness of the skin because of collagen depletion. So let's start at the source. So you want to be intimate with your partner, but you're struggling with erectile dysfunction, which can leave you frustrated in and out of the bedroom. It may surprise you to know that 52% of men in the United States share or have shared the same frustration. And here's where we're going to start solving some issues. NRF2 activation and collagen together play a role in dealing with this.
That's a huge problem, 52%.
52%.
And if we can truly bring a solution to that, it's like, guys, what a market. What
Seriously.
an amazing amount of people we can be helping.
Now, little disclaimer here. As I was doing the research, there is some research about collagen as it relates to erectile dysfunction, and they will say that it's inconclusive. Now, let me also tell you, this was collagen that was only the replenishing version. There was no activating portion or type of collagen ingredients that would cause that in the person taking it. And there was not the maintaining. So the people taking it were not maintaining their own collagen or activating new collagen. They were just replenishing collagen with the supplement that was being studied. And these people were not NRF2 activated. And there is a direct connection to oxidative stress and erectile dysfunction. So when you combine our True Science Liquid Collagen and activation with the little yellow activator, I will tell you there's going to be a different story. So oxidative stress and sexual dysfunction. Oxidative stress starts exerting its unwanted effects first on a cellular level, and then as it intensifies, it involves whole organs and systems of the body. Among all the impacts of oxidative stress on an individual's body, sexual dysfunction is also one of such effects. It can impact sexual dysfunction in both males and females. In both sexes, free radicals are responsible for driving some of those impacts and causes the dysfunction or infertility in the first place. So we have to address it at the cause, but we have to be willing to talk about it. So if we're not willing to be able to talk about it and willing to go there, then we can't probably solve problems for people that are having them. But so let's just get over that and move through it. So next slide. So oxidative stress and erectile dysfunction in males. A successful erection is achieved by a male when a couple of cavernosal, that means the cavernosum, which is the blood holding parts of the penis, hormonal, neurological, and psychological and vascular factors work to perform their jobs as directed. Any disturbance in any of these factors could lead to a temporary or long-term case of erectile dysfunction, which then alters the fertility status, and I would say everything else as well. So let's start addressing it. So I'm going to read the red portions. Poor Jerry, I overheard him talking about his problem in the bedroom. Response, too close to home. I don't want to talk about it. Just leave it. No, seriously. He said he's drinking liquid collagen and taking some little yellow activator thing. Wait, what? Liquid collagen? Yup. And the little yellow thingy. He said he felt better in just a couple days. He and Joan sure have been smiling a lot lately. Okay, I guess I'll ask him about it. Jerry and Joan said you bought some liquid collagen and that little yellow activator from them. Why do you think I'm smiling? Whoa, really? Can I borrow some? No way, man. Get your own. It's mine. So, little disclaimer here. So this has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration because those people, if they were taking our NRF2 activators and they were taking our True Science Liquid Collagen, they wouldn't be such buttholes. So it's obviously
they'd be busy doing other things, is what it is.
They have not approved this, but also results are not typical and may vary with usage, product usage, and time. So this is not a guarantee. It is a possibility though. So let's talk to the little younger crowd. I don't know what's going on down there. But I saw possibilities for change on an Instagram reel today. So I ordered it. My order has been shipped. I can't wait. 30 days later, Activation Nation,
yeah,
baby. Totally changed it in the bedroom. So then what happens? Tells his buddy, I have Thor's hammer now. Boom. This is what's possible. And again, the disclaimer. So the key is it possible? If you look at what the body is comprised of, the proteins, if you look at what happens to them over time, specifically collagen, if you look at how aging relates to the depletion of that and how giving more collagen, activating collagen, maintaining collagen, becoming NRF2 activated, all of that combined is a completely different possibility. That's why this is so important. So, bonus material for you guys, also PG-13, so don't invite the kids back in, because as I said, there is sexual dysfunction on both sides of the equation when we're talking about depleted collagen. So, want to know the secret?
Know all the secrets, right?
Yep. Did you know that collagen loss also causes vaginal dryness? It's one of the leading causes of discomfort in sexual intercourse. Now, there is connections that we're not talking about here. Hormones, can they play a role? Yes, they absolutely can. But when we're talking specifically about collagen, in the absence or presence of hormonal deficiencies, collagen to a woman increases the thickness of the vaginal wall. It increases the firmness and the tension and the elasticity of the vaginal wall, increases blood flow to the vaginal wall. All of these things increase vaginal secretions, which is necessary for comfortable intercourse. But this is something where women, maybe there's women who never knew this before and they hadn't decided to take collagen because maybe their skin looked okay, maybe their joints are performing okay, maybe their hair is shiny and luminous enough, but maybe this one thing they didn't know there was a connection to and they are suffering from it. So,
well, and you know what, doctors don't always know this connection either. And so when you're going into your doctor and you're having issues and you're saying, you know, this is what's going on, it hurts, it's dry, anything like that, and they are just automatically going to menopause, hormones, all that kind of stuff, where they may not be making this connection that, hey, you just might be really low in collagen and you've broken down those important portions of, you know, being prepared to have sex. And by the way, guys, if it's painful, your wife, your partner's not going to want to participate. And so if you have not already made sure that your partner has collagen, liquid collagen by True Science, you want to make sure that you get it into her body ASAP. Because if it's uncomfortable, we are going to be like, not interested, right? So this goes on both directions. You guys don't want to have to show up in a low profile situation, not to your full potential, just like a woman doesn't want to show up to a situation that's going to cause her pain. So really important to understand both sides of this equation.
Absolutely. So lack of collagen doesn't only represent an issue in the sexual life of men. Women produce less and less estrogen after they turn 30, which is drastic change targeting the genital organs and can cause painful intercourse and vaginal dryness. In order to adapt to this change, vaginal walls require collagen in order to retain their firmness. Therefore, an adequate amount of high-quality collagen supplement can help women restore and preserve the firmness of the vaginal wall, given that its properties act as a rejuvenation treatment. The role of collagen in the process of maintaining the health of reproductive system is essential. And since sexual health is of high importance for a fulfilled sex life, collagen is too. Many studies have proven that collagen is indeed irreplaceable when it comes to sexual health and one's sex life. Irreplaceable means you cannot replace it. So preserve it while you've got it. Unless there's an option, which we have True Science liquid collagen. In addition to its direct benefits, there are also indirect ones affecting sexual drive. It is also important to state that sexual activity promotes the production of collagen. Did you hear that? I'm going to say it again. Sexual activity promotes the production of collagen, arguably the most valuable protein in the human body.
So we got to start with True Science liquid collagen. We got to make sure all the parts are working right and they are moisturized and hydrated. And then we can get into action and activate even more collagen.
Correct.
And get even additional benefits.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk?
Right.
Pretty cool, right?
Pretty cool.
Pretty amazing.
So your Healthy Glow Essentials stack, guess what? We have these combined already, so you're welcome. A satisfied male customer said, it's like Barry White music, rose petals, and candles in a bottle. And a satisfied female customer said, no batteries required. I wonder what she's talking about. I have no idea. So one thing I also want to share with you, kind of a pro tip about how the body utilizes collagen, because we are activating, we are replenishing, and we are maintaining collagen with our amazing True Science liquid collagen in the presence of zinc and in the presence of vitamin C. Your body utilizes collagen more efficiently. And guess what? We have a product called Daily Wellness that just happens to have vitamin C and zinc, as well as vitamin D, elderberry, and fermented yeast. So if you want to absorb and utilize more of the collagen that you are now taking, and you're already activated, but you haven't been using Daily Wellness, you're welcome. Add Daily Wellness to your subscription and watch your collagen results that are NRF2, NRF1, and N80 activated already become superior. There you go. It is why we call these things stacks. So your Healthy Glow Essential Stack is right there for you. NRF2 activation and liquid collagen. And if you throw in Daily Wellness combined, because in the presence of zinc and vitamin C, collagen is better absorbed and utilized. There you go. I think we gave him some information.
I think so too. And I'm just reading through some of these comments that are here. And Dusty Bateman, we love you so much, man. Happy birthday over the weekend. But it's like, he's like, so we're officially calling NRF2 the little yellow pill, or the little yellow activator, and collagen Thor's hammer.
That's right. Thor's
I love it. Let's go for it, right?
All right. So thank you for attending. Hopefully you got some good information. And if you have one of these sign placards, hopefully you're going to put it on your doorknob soon with the new information. I just hope it works for you guys. I hope that you take it seriously, because it is serious. There is something very serious about human physiology and giving it what it needs before it's too late. So again, little tongue in cheek, but everything that I shared with you is valid. It's how the body works. And when we're working and giving our body what it needs, it simply shows up and does what we want it to do. So thank you all so much for attending. Hopefully you got some information. Appreciate each and every one of you for showing up today.
Yeah, and a quick reminder, you can go to YouTube under Team Freedom Reigns. This recording will be up there tonight that you can use for sharing with prospects, sharing with the rest of your team, but how about sharing with your partner? And,
correct.
Then you can go get busy, right? All right, guys. God bless.
Bye, guys.
Oh, you know what, though? Before I do that,
what?
I'm going to stop.